Taipei Economic and Cultural Office. Governor Christine Gregoire. John Wilson, King County Assessor. Welcome. Courtney Gregoire, Port of Seattle Commissioner. Robin Twyman, UK Council, United Kingdom Council. Sally Bagshaw, City Council member. And Roberto Dondish, the Council of Mexico in Seattle. So let's give them all a big round of applause. Thank you for being here. We wanted to kick off with a performance by the Chief Seattle Club. So please come on up here and let's give them a big round of applause. Thank you.
There's a lot of people up here. Before I say anything or do anything or anything, I want to acknowledge the people of this land that were here. I want to acknowledge the Duwamish people and the Muckleshoot people, Puyallups, the Tulalipes, all the Coast Salish, all the peoples of this land. You know, when we sing and everything, we sing for those people that can't do it, and we dance for those people that can't dance anymore. And I'd like to honor that.
Thank you very much for being in my swearing-in ceremony. Oh, those are Ginny's notes. I'm sorry. Let me pull my notes out.
You had your turn.
Let me pull my notes out. My name is Bruce Harrell. I'm president of the Seattle City Council, and I want to thank all of you for coming out. And I have to tell you, there are some very important people out there and some very good-looking people out there. Some ugly people out there, too, but we're all here under... I'm just joking. They told me to stay on script. Good luck with Bruce Harrell on staying on script. Okay. In all seriousness, it is very fitting that we are here at Wing Luke Museum, a place where we preserve history, but we also make history. This is truly history in the making, and Mayor Durkan and I had a interesting conversation because they had prepared some notes for me, and they're very strong notes about her being a trailblazer, the first woman to be elected mayor in nearly a century, and the first lesbian mayor of Seattle. And when I read that, I said, these are all very important historical facts. But my experience with Mayor Durkan is a little simpler than that. She and I had gone to law school together. We were very young. Our kids had gone to school together, and I know her as a person who is extremely intelligent, extremely committed, and a person that I have no doubt will be one of the most effective mayors that this city will ever know in its history. She will hit the ground running, I have no doubt, and her commitment to underrepresented communities, to our district here, the Chinatown-International district, to people of all communities, having a strong labor community, a strong business community, supporting small businesses, supporting our largest employers, fighting racism and prejudice every step of the way. Now, for Mayor Durkan, it's going to be more than just cliches. Quite candidly, I love studying politics, and I think almost every politician sort of says the same thing about fighting these things. It's sort of funny. They spew it out. But I think the city and probably this country will know her story, what she had to overcome, her obstacles. And we're going to listen to that story, and we're going to learn from it. And because of that struggle that she has, her ability to listen, to fight for people, we're going to be a better city for it. So we are here for a swearing-in ceremony, and I will sort of take a back seat on the city council because we are just going to co-sign everything she wants to do. There will be no Seattle process. We look forward to hundreds of executive orders that we will just blindly acknowledge. But in all seriousness, when I was mayor people kept saying it was 1 day. It was 5 days, by the way, that I talked about a time of healing for this city. And we have the right mayor at the right time, and our community is going to be so richly blessed. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce Ruth Ann Carose, and we all know the Carose family. And when you talk about fighting for education, how appropriate that Ruth Ann would be doing the swearing? How appropriate here. When you talk about fighting for communities of color, fighting for underrepresented people, just being bold, the Carose name comes right to the top. In fact, her brother's over there. He and I got some personal stories about fighting that only he and I know, and that's why he's laughing. But they're usually fighting for good stuff, Paul. But I present to you someone we love and respect, and again, who more appropriate than Ruth Ann Carose?
I'm really deeply honored to administer the oath of office for my friend Jenny Durkan, especially here at the Chinatown-International District, here in the Wing Luke Asian Museum. I have known Jenny for over 30 years. She's demonstrated her commitment to civil rights and social justice. She's a compassionate advocate for progressive policies, and most of all, I trust her to uphold our values. I know her character as a friend, and she's been a partner in working on civil rights and social justice issues for the last 3 decades. I'm really proud and feel privileged to administer the oath of office. And I'll just step over here.
What are you being, Jay? You're an R?
I'm an R. Raise your right hand. Repeat after me. I, Jenny A. Durkan,
I, Jenny A. Durkan,
swear that I possess
swear that I possess
all the qualifications
all the qualifications
prescribed in the Seattle City Charter
prescribed in the Seattle City Charter
and the Seattle Municipal Code
and the Seattle Municipal Code
for the position of mayor,
for the position of mayor,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Washington,
the Constitution of the State of Washington,
and the Charter and ordinances
and the Charter and ordinances
of the City of Seattle,
of the City of Seattle,
and that I will faithfully conduct myself
and that I will faithfully conduct myself
as mayor
as mayor
for the City of Seattle.
for the City of Seattle. Thank you, everyone. Ruth Ann, thank you so much. It's so special for me to have you here. Bruce, thank you. I tell you, both Bruce and Ruth Ann have such deep, deep roots in this community. And I can say that I was very fortunate to know each of their moms. Aki, Carosa, and Rose were 2 of the most remarkable women I've met, and their children are every bit as remarkable. So thank you very much. Hello, Seattle! I am so honored to be your mayor and to be serving you. An honor to be able to do the oath here in the Chinatown-International District, but particularly here in the Wing Luke Museum. And I also want to thank my friend Governor Chris Gregoire, who's here with us as well. Thank you. The Chinatown-International District is such a rich part of our heritage. And as I'll talk about in a little bit, it is such the perfect place for me to be signing the executive order that I will be signing here today. You know, the Wing Luke Museum is such a special place and recalls such an important memory for our time. You know, Wing Luke himself, as I'm talking about, was one of the first Asian Americans elected anywhere in the country, but the very first here in Seattle. And his story, which I'm going to talk about, is quintessentially, I think, a Seattle story of how we can overcome and recommit ourselves to civil rights in times that are difficult. We are a place where there's a vibrant cultural between us, a very rich quilt, but we know that that quilt has been frayed in recent years. Our city has grown so rapidly that too many people are being left out. Too many people have been pushed out and left behind. I decided that for this swearing in, I wanted you to know the kind of mayor that I was going to be. First, I'm breaking with tradition. That surprises you, right? Why come to City Hall? I wanted to bring City Hall to you. And so on my very first day of mayor, I am crisscrossing the city. I started in Rainier Beach. I've been to West Seattle. I'm here. I will go to Finney, sorry about that. They're going to really kill me when I get there. And I'm going to finish in Lake City. But every neighborhood, as I know and have learned again in this great campaign we had, is different from one another. It has its own characteristics, its own people. But while we are different neighborhoods and different communities, I want everyone to remember, we are one city. We are one Seattle. And I would very much also, I want to talk about Wing Luke, but I think it's also important, I want to thank you for the song. What a beautiful tribute at the beginning of this. It was really, it is good for us. It's good for us to remember that we are on Salish lands and the coastal. You know, when we talk in this campaign, we talked a lot about the displacement we have felt in our city. But there are whole people who were displaced from our country, and we need to remember that every time that we are here, to remember those people, to bring their richness back into our city in ways that had been lost, and that's one of the things I hope to be able to do working with you all. So as I stand here, I made a pledge in the campaign, and I want people in this room to know, and it's important to make that pledge here again. I will not forget Donnie Chin. I will not forget Donnie Chin. I had the great honor over the years to meet him a number of times, and it is amazing that this person knew everybody, their stories, their families, who they were. And one of the first briefings I will get will be on that case, and we will come, we will be back to the community, we will keep you informed. We know that that was a loss, not just of a person, but of a part of this community, and I will keep it at the forefront. So thank you very much for letting me be back here to do that. You know, believe it or not, it's been 92 years since we've had a woman mayor in Seattle. Why did it take so long? The last woman, Mayor Bertha Landis, she had a saying that she said that Seattle needed to be made a larger home. She thought of it as a place where people had to live and be welcome. And I think we have to bring that back. We need, as we rebuild this city of Seattle, this great, great city of Seattle, to rebuild it to make sure there is a home for everybody. We need to make sure that people know that they have a place here in Seattle, that we ensure that people, regardless of their race, their faith, their gender, their economic status, that Seattle is and will be their home, and we will make sure that that is true. We know that the crisis of affordability is real. Too many people are feeling it. I was very proud at my last stop. I signed my first executive order, and that was to make real that we would have action today, starting today, to get rental assistance for those people in the greatest need. But while we have challenges, we can't forget Seattle is up to those challenges. You know, we are the city that literally has invented the future. We are a city that not just survived a fire, we rebuilt and we were better. We were a city that always gets things done, that regardless of the odds, we are ready to tackle it. And I said it before, I say it again, yes, Al Gore, you think you invented the internet? Well, we put it to work. We're the city that pretty much invented air travel. First the planes, and then how to book it online. We invented customer service, just ask Nordstrom's. Coffee, software, personal computer, the cloud, all right here. And the roast chicken for $4.99. But now it's time to invent a new future for Seattle. We are literally rebuilding this city today. And that future has to be one that we are proud of, that is inclusive, that is welcoming, and that is that city that we can say to our children and their children, we did well for you. We did better for you. We are leaving a better place. So like Bertha Landis said, we need to make a better home. Let's all get to work together to make that better home, because the work starts for all of us today. And while we have great challenges, and we do, these challenges are real, I think we always have to remember our common bonds and our common purpose are stronger than the challenges we face. We can overcome these challenges and do so much more. We will seize the opportunity. We will show that Seattle can be the leader for the country on everything we care about. You can clap. So today is the day where we start making promises real. I will be signing an executive order to reaffirm our commitment to the Race and Social Justice Initiative, so everyone knows that their government in all of its actions will be really underscoring and thinking about how do we make that promise real. And as I said at the beginning, there could be no better place than here to talk about that promise of race and social justice. You know, Wing Luke was born in China. But he was born in China because his father, who had lived in Seattle and had a business in Seattle, had to leave because of the Chinese Exclusion Act. We also know from the Carosa family and many here that our Japanese families were forced out. We have had people pushed out of the city before, but they came back and they contributed and they rebuilt our city, whether it was Wing Luke serving this city or Aki Carosa standing up for education or the faces I see in this room. This international district, the Chinese International District, stands for race and social justice equity. So creating this great, inclusive, and more just society, there will be times when we will have to stand up to our president. And we will stand up to our president. We are a city that welcomes and protects its immigrants and refugees, and no one will stop us from doing that. And while we are not spoiling for a fight, we will not back down from what is right. There's a few things we all believe in that we will stand up for. We believe in science. And we will stand up for climate. We believe in justice for all. Justice for all. And we believe, no, we know that our city is best when we pull together, when we stand united, and when we don't let people divide us. That is what we will do in Seattle. We will build that progressive future together. We will lock arms and we will tackle the challenges we have, and we will do it together. As your mayor, I could not be more proud to be able to help lead in those efforts, but it will take all of us. It'll take everyone in this room and in the rooms I'm in tonight and have been in throughout the last 6 months. Because I have heard every place I have gone, people like me, we love Seattle. We believe that Seattle can be better and will be better. But we know it will happen if we do it together. So let's start tonight. Let's get to work. Let's make Seattle even greater. Thank you very much. So this executive order will confirm the commitment to the Race and Social Justice Initiative. We will order the city to review where we have made progress and where we haven't, and it makes clear that I and all of my staff and all of my cabinet will themselves go under bias training, anti-bias training, and we will set the example for every department in the city of Seattle. I'm proud to be able to sign it here at Wing Luke with my friends who are the very best of Seattle.